Hello listeners and viewers. Welcome to Kaduna State Ministry of Education Radio and TV e-learning program designed for our SS3 and other students staying at home due to the coronavirus pandemic. The present administration, under the able leadership of His Excellency, Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai, is positioned as always to ensure that under his leadership, our students are not left behind in all areas of human endeavors, especially education. Kaduna State is the center of learning. Therefore, we want to ensure that our students excel in their forthcoming examinations and beyond. Students and other learners at home are given this opportunity in order to continue learning, as education is a continuous process. Different subjects will be taught in this program to assist students to perform excellently in the forthcoming Senior School Certificate examination being conducted by NECO and WAEC as soon as schools reopen. Teachers making presentations will always provide their names and phone numbers during each presentation, and they can be contacted for questions, further explanations, and/or clarifications. The following numbers and contacts can also be reached for expression of any concern or observation: 090-865-00545 or 080-383-62072. Our website is www.education.kdsg.gov.ng. Our email education@kdsg.gov.ng or education.kdsg@gmail.com. Our YouTube channel, Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Our Twitter handle @Kaduna_MOE. Or our Facebook page, Ministry of Education, Kaduna State. Stay safe, stay at home, and learn well. Thank you, happy listening, and happy viewing.
Good day, my good students at home. I am by name Zibia Damina. My teaching subject is metalwork. We are going to discuss on a topic: accident prevention and safety in the workshop. Before we continue, I have my outlines as follows. The first one, we have the definition of accident, followed by causes of workshop accident. Again, we are going to look at how to prevent accident in the workshop, safety devices, types of fire, and then the assignment. Remember, my good student, that you are responsible for your own safety and the safety of other people, tools, equipment, and machines. Definition of accident. Accident is defined as an event occurring by chance that may result to injury to people or damages to property. It is also seen as an unplanned event that happen to people, which may result to injury that may lead to deformity, death, and damages to equipment in the workshop. Yes, accident happens everywhere. And we are talking about the accident in the workshop as a metalwork student. Accidents are not planned. You don't plan for accident. They happen without your knowledge, or they happen. You did not plan for them. So for that, accident occurs. So wherever you find yourself, you should be very careful so that accident may not happen to you. What are the causes of this accident in the workshop? And these causes there are so many causes of accident in the workshop. We cannot even number them, but they are classified into two main types. The first one is called unsafe action. Unsafe action means the action the way we behave. He says this is an accident that happens to people as a result of carelessness. People are very careless in whatever they are doing. Instead of doing the wrong things, they do the wrong. Instead of doing the right things, they are doing the wrong things. So that brings about carelessness, and then accidents occur in the workshop. So also, when there are laid down rules or procedures to be followed in the workshop, if you don't follow them, for sure, accident will happen. So we have to be very, very careful in a workshop. We follow the laid down rules or the procedures that are there in a workshop. If we follow those, we will not find any accident. So for example of this accident that occurs in a workshop we have number 1, entering a workshop in a disorderly manner. Most especially students, when they go to the workshop, they will not be careful. They tend to enter into the workshop the way they like. Some will run and be jumping. So it is not proper for you to go into the workshop without following the laid down rules. Followed by failure to use safety devices. There are devices that we use in a workshop. You can see me standing. This is how a student going into the workshop, you have to dress the way I am standing, so that whenever accident may occur, you will be protected. Number 3, failure to follow laid down procedures for handling tools, machines, and other facilities. The way you handle your tools, especially the hand tools, handle them with proper care, handle your machines with proper care, and other facilities, so that you will be safe from any accident. Number 4, failure to obey workshop rules and regulations. When there are rules that are laid down for you, you have to obey those rules regularly. When we talk of regulations, means you have to make it as a habit that you must be following these rules every day or each time you enter into the workshop. So the next one, that is number 2, unsafe conditions. When we talk of unsafe condition, it is a condition when a tool or equipment is faulty or the working environment constitutes a danger to the users. Some tools are faulty. Instead of not using them because of our carelessness, we tend to use them when not needed. So we have to use the proper tools, the proper equipment when they are right for you to use. But if they are faulty, please, you have to keep them away because you cannot use them, or else accident may happen to you. For example of these unsafe conditions, number 1, slippery or wet floors. In a workshop, sometimes you find oils drop in the workshop. If you are not careful, you slip on the oil and you fall down, and thereby accident happens to you. So we have to be very careful whenever we are in a workshop. Take note of wet floors. When oils drop in the workshop on the floor, you have to be very careful. The next one is the absence of safety devices. When we talk of absence of safety devices, you are not wearing these devices. Just as I said before, as you can see me, I have my safety devices with me. I have from the head down. So you too, as a student, you are going into the workshop, you have to use your safety devices. Number 3, non-maintenance of tools, equipment, and other facilities. You need to maintain your tools. Keep them in good condition so that when you are using them, you use them safely. Because if you don't maintain them, you cannot get them to use them. So we need to maintain our tools. If they get spoiled, if they are not in good condition, please, you have to repair them so as to avoid this accident. Number 4, working in a workshop when one is sick or tired. If you are working in a workshop, if you are tired, don't overuse yourself. Instead, get rested, or else it may result to an accident. So also, if you are sick, don't enter into the workshop, or you can stay aside, or else it may result to an accident to you. So it is advisable to be careful in a workshop, since accidents can result in permanent deformity or loss of life. There are thousands of people that have lost their life because of carelessness. Some lost parts of their body. One will lose his hand, another eye, even legs. So be careful the way we handled this workshop in our schools. The next thing is accident prevention in the workshop. We want to see how we can prevent this accident. There are steps that we have here in order to avoid this accident in a workshop. We have, number 1, observing safety rules and regulations. Please, let us learn these safety rules and regulations. Let them be a habit to us to avoid this accident. Number 2, wearing proper clothes. Wearing proper clothes. You can see me wearing my clothes, that is my apron, in order to protect me from accident. Number 3, using hand tools, machines, and appliances properly. Please, if you are using your hand tools, handle them properly. Handle them with care. If they are not in good order, please keep them away. Don't force yourself and then you say you must do it. The same thing with the machines. If they are not in good working condition, please don't use them. And appliances properly, don't use them. Instead, use them properly the way they're supposed to be. Number 4, working safely with hot materials. Working safely with hot materials. In a workshop, especially metal workshop, there are areas that you find they are using hot metals. Please, if you are using hot metals in order to carry hot metals, don't just use your bare hands and say you must carry it. Some people will say, I would like to see how I can handle hot metal. It is wrong of us as a student in handling hot metals. So be careful the way you handle your hot metals. There are devices that we use in order to handle hot metals. Number 5, keeping the workshop clean and tidy. Our workshop must be cleaned. If you go to certain workshops, you find the workshop is littered with papers, pure water, leather, and so on. So maintain cleanliness in your workshop. Tidiness means neatness. If your workshop is clean, definitely it must be tidy. Arrangement of your workshop has to be properly, so that anyone that comes into your workshop, he discovers that, yes, this workshop is looking clean and tidy. Next is safety devices. Before we go into the safety devices, we have what is safety. What do you mean by safety? Safety means the state of being safe and protected from danger or harm. Safety devices are things that we have to use to keep us away from danger. Yes, as it has been said, We are doing so in order to keep ourselves from danger or accident or any harm. Because if you happen to be in one of these conditions, for sure you will find yourself in a danger zone. Accident will surely occur. So we says that to keep us away from danger, we have certain devices that we use in order to keep us away from danger. The first one is called aprons or overalls. It says this is a device that is used for protecting our body and clothes from dirt. They should not be used to wipe dirty hands or sweat. Always wear a clean apron or overall at all times. Can you see me? This is my apron or overall. I use it by covering myself, my body, and even the clothes that I'm wearing to avoid the body from being dirty. So I have an example, 2 examples here. This is the apron. This is how you wear it, and also the overall. The one I'm wearing is the quarter workshop overall, while this one is the overall starting from the leg up to your neck. That is why we call it the overall. It is used to cover the body and at the same time cover your cloth from being dirty. Number 2, goggles and visors. These are eye protection against metallic objects because of high intensity light, fluid, and dust. If you are in a workshop, you come across high intensity, maybe where the light is, they are working in a workshop where there is a very high intensity light. So we use these goggles and visors. You can see our goggles, you can see our visor to cover ourselves, to avoid us from being, having ourselves with danger with the intensity light or fluid or dust. You can see me, I have my own eyeglass here. It can serve as a goggle. Some of them are colored, are dark in color, some are transparent. So like this one, it helps me to cover my eyes against metallic objects, high intensity light, fluid, and dust. Number 3, gloves. Gloves are generally used for hand protection against burns, cuts, electric shock, and skin contamination due to corrosive substances. Yes, where hot materials, you can handle your hot materials, you use your gloves. A good example is here. So you use it in order to avoid any burns, any hot thing that may come in contact with, or cuts, or electric shock, and so on. So gloves are advised for you to wear. Number 4, shoes. These are special shoes that are used in a workshop, used for foot protection, made of thick soles and some with metal caps to give protection to the foot from injuries which may occur due to piercing of the feet by broken glass or sharp objects and crushing of the foot by falling objects. You can see my shoes here. You can see the sole. It's very, very hard. Some of them use metal caps on top of it because of falling objects. So the next one is the helmet. This is a device used to protect the head from falling objects. For example, small objects like bolts, nuts, etc. that can cause serious injuries when dropped from height. You can see my head. I'm wearing my helmet. The helmet is helping me. Even when I bend down, my helmet is there tight on my head. Or if I'm standing, it is still on my head because it will help me from any falling object. If it falls, it can only land on the helmet, not on my head. So wearing of helmet is very, very important in a workshop. Next, we have number 5 as fire extinguishers, sand buckets, and sand. We have the fire extinguishers, we have the water, dry sand, and buckets, etc. There are firefighting equipment and materials used to control fire outbreak. They should be kept at strategic locations where they can be easily accessed to fight fire outbreak. This is my fire extinguisher. My fire extinguisher, you use it, it has a key whereby you can lock it or you can unlock it. If you are going to use it, you have to unlock it, remove the key, then you press. If you press, the gas will come out. And after finishing, you lock it to avoid the gas being escaped. So this is the fire extinguisher. They are used, these are fighting equipment. They use us to fight fire outbreaks. As we rightly talk about accident, this fire outbreak can occur either at home, in the workshop, in an industry. So that is why it is said that we should keep it at strategic area or locations so that when you see any fire outbreak, you just go and carry it and then use it because there is gas inside the fire extinguisher. If you just press the handle, you see gas will come out. And this gas, it is made so that to help control fire. As soon as you use the gas, the fire will be off. We have a good example here also. That is another fire extinguisher. We have the sand bucket. There is a bucket with sand inside it, keeping them aside for you to use anytime when there is a fire outbreak. Types of fire. Fire is a burning substances that produces flame. If not controlled, can destroy life, buildings, etc. There are 2 types of fire that happens in a workshop, namely electrical fire and chemical fire. The electrical chemical is that type of fire that happens as a result of the following. 1, sparks due to short circuit or partial contact. B, poor wiring. C, wrong electrical connections. D, overloading. E, when electrical appliances are not switched off due to either high voltage. So these are a good example. You can see fire burning here. So when there is, this is an outbreak of fire. It says note, whenever there is an electric fire, you first switch off the control switch and notify everybody in the workshop by setting off the fire alarm. Yes, in a workshop, you find out that there are also fire alarm whereby you notify people that there is fire outbreak. So as to help control this. The next one is the chemical fire. This is the type of fire that is caused by chemical substances used or stored in a workshop. For example, we have gas, oil, grease, petrol, and so on. They should be handled with care and properly stored. Control of fire. Fire extinguishers, water, dry sand, and sand bucket, etc. are used to control fire in the workshop. We should note that water is not used to put out fire caused by chemicals. Instead, use dry sand and foam or gas from a fire extinguisher. Always have notices or posters placed in buildings with the caption, "Switch off all electrical appliances after use." Assignment. Before we go into the assignment, my dear student, I want to assure you that if you follow these due processes that we have concerning accident and then safety devices, surely you will be safe, not unsafe. Your condition, the condition of your tools will be safe. So everything will be all right in a workshop. Therefore, accident can be controlled, like especially the fire outbreak that we used to see happening to other people in other workshops, in buildings. So for that, be very, very conscious of your safety. And that is why we say you are responsible for your own safety and other people. And also your equipment, your tools, and the environment around you. Assignment. Before we finish, I have an assignment for you to help yourself how to solve this problem of accident and safety. It says, 1, define the term accident. 2, list 5 safety rules and regulations in a workshop. 3, how can you prevent accident in a workshop? 4, list 3 unsafe acts which can cause accidents in a workshop. 5, name 3 types of firefighting materials and equipment. Thank you, my dear student. I will come again. I have my reference. 1, you can contact these books. They will help you. Fundamentals of Metalwork Technology by Tijani Uba Abdullahi, Ali Sabo, and Abba Ada. 2, Elesami Metalwork for Senior Secondary Schools by Adejuyi B. Samuel B. et al. Thank you very much. We hope to see again. Before I finally go, I am Zibia Damina. My number for you to contact me through my WhatsApp or this number, we have 675077. Again, 07034675077. Thank you. I stay home, stay safe, and keep on learning. Thank you.